I'm going to tell you the 3 best ways to book last-minute flights with travel points, even if you don't have any. What's up, Wise Flyers? Welcome to another video. If you're new here and you want to learn how to travel anywhere in the world almost free by using credit cards and travel points, start now by subscribing and hitting the bell so you don't miss a thing. I would say one of the biggest questions that I get on a regular basis is when people want to book last-minute flights and they ask me what should they do. This video will address that problem, and I'm going to share with you 3 ways to book last-minute flights with travel miles, even if you have no travel miles to start with. Because if you've ever booked a last-minute flight, we know that prices usually go up the highest right when we need to book that flight when it's last minute. The biggest challenge when booking last-minute flights using travel points like airline miles is that there is no availability left because a lot of people booked it months in advance and took up all of the lower level saver award seats. Once you reach that point where there's no more award seat availability at the basic level, you're gonna deal with really high points price seats, just like the cash price for those seats are really high as well. That's why it could be assuring to use airline miles that don't have any blackout dates. So for our first option, it would be to use either JetBlue or Southwest Airlines for your last minute flight. JetBlue and Southwest don't have any blackout dates, which means you could book your flights with these airlines with miles anytime you want, even if it's the day before the flight. Just keep in mind that if seat availability on the flight is really low and the cash price is high, then the points price for these airlines will be high as well. So in some cases, it may not be worth using these miles for the flights because you'll be blowing all of your miles just on one leg of the journey. But if you could save a few $100s on one leg of the journey, then you're saving money still. And the best way to get the JetBlue and Southwest points right now, really fast, the biggest amount, is through the credit card sign-up bonuses. And if you want to apply for any cards mentioned in this video or any other cards with big sign-up bonuses, you could click the link in the description below, and by using our links, you support the channel and it's still free to you. The good news is with the Chase Southwest credit card, if you get approved for any Chase credit card, you could actually get it expedited and shipped to you within 2 days. Assuming you could complete the minimum spending really fast to get those bonus miles, then you could use those miles for your upcoming last minute trip. And speaking of Chase credit cards, this brings us to our next option. If you get Chase Ultimate Reward points, you can actually transfer your points over to Southwest and JetBlue at a 1-to-1 ratio. And for this option, you could get the Chase Sapphire Preferred card or the Chase Sapphire Reserve card, which will earn you 50,000 Chase Ultimate Reward points upon the sign-up bonus after completing the minimum spending. And then you could transfer those points over to Southwest or JetBlue if there's good award availability there, or you could even use it through the Chase Travel Portal. Now with this option, you want to allow at least 2 months, because when you complete the minimum spending, let's say you do it right away, you have some responsible purchasing you're going to do, which you could pay back right away, you get the sign-up bonus, then you could figure out how you're going to book your flight or even just a leg of your flight, and you could save easily about $625 with the Chase Sapphire Preferred or $750 with the Chase Sapphire Reserve if booked through the Chase Travel Portal. And just to give you an idea of what type of flights you'll find in the Chase Travel Portal, Chase Travel Portal uses the same search engine, flight search engine, as Expedia. So whatever you see on Expedia is pretty much the same flight deals that you'll find in the Chase Travel Portal. Have you ever booked a last-minute flight using miles and points? What was your experience like? Let me know in the comments below. And the third option to get your last-minute flights with travel points would be to use a fixed value credit card offering a high sign-up bonus, such as the Barclays Arrival Plus card, currently offering a sign-up bonus of 70,000 arrival miles after completing the minimum spending of $5,000 in 3 months with the annual fee of $89 waived the first year. The reason why the Barclays Arrival Plus card is a great option for your upcoming last-minute trip is because let's just say today you apply for the Barclays Arrival Plus card, you get approved, then you wait 7 to 10 business days, so it should come to you within 2 weeks. Then as soon as you get the card, you could book your trip with the Barclay Arrival Plus card and you book your flights, then once you have the flights and or hotels or whatever travel purchase you make on the card purchase, you have up to 120 days to redeem those purchases with your points, even if you don't have any points in your account yet. So the way that works is once you have your travel purchase made on your Barclay Arrival Plus card, you could complete the minimum spending over the next 3 months. And once you complete the minimum spending of $5,000, you're going to be getting 2 points per dollar spent there. So at the end, you'll get 80,000 arrival miles, which is equal to $800 towards any travel purchase. So once you get that $800 travel purchase in your account, you could then go to your travel purchase that you made, let's just say 120 days earlier, and redeem it. Let's just say you bought $800 flight tickets. You could then find that purchase in your account and then say you want to redeem your 80,000 arrival miles or $800 towards that flight. So you may not be able to use your arrival miles right away for that purchase, but you give it some time. Once you complete the minimum spending, then you could redeem it for that purchase. So anytime anyone asks me when they have last minute trips coming up and they want to book it and use miles and get it free, using the Barclay Arrival Plus card is usually my go-to option for them, assuming you could complete the minimum spending. If spending $5,000 in 3 months is a little too high for you, then the next best option I would recommend is to use the American Express Wells Fargo Propel card, which is currently offering a sign-up bonus of 30,000 points or $300 after completing the minimum spending of $3,000 in 3 months with no annual fee ever. And the last minute flights don't eat up your bank account. You could at least get some relief with this card. Another question that a lot of people ask me is they'll say that I have a wedding in 2 weeks, or I want to get home for the holidays in a few days. What's the best way that I could book these flights with miles and points and save as much money as I'm saving usually on all my trips? The answer that you probably don't want to hear is that there's not much that can be done if it's that last minute, if it's within a few weeks. I'll say there's nothing you could do about it for this trip, but if you get the right credit card now and start earning miles and points for your next trip, maybe 6 months to 12 months from now, you could then have those points in your account and then use it for the next trip coming up. So the best tip that I have now is if you're interested in credit cards and travel points, I recommend getting the right card now. This way, later on, you could plan for future trips and don't have to worry and stress about a last minute trip that comes up. You'll have enough miles and points in your account. Personally, I like to have at least 500,000 miles and points in my account just in case any last minute trips come up. And if you're not sure which credit card to get for your last minute trip coming up or any trip coming up in the future, you could complete the free credit card consultation down in the description below. And by completing that form, I'll give you some credit card strategy, basic strategy, as well as which credit card to get next. If you do want to start collecting miles and points with credit cards, then I have a playlist over here that's really good for beginners that gives you everything you need to know to get started. And another video I recommend over here. I recommend clicking that right now, and I'll see you in the next video.